Hey guys, Sundown here. This is going to be my chapter review to Nanatsu no Taizai, or the 7 Deadly Sins 273, the Holy War's Victims. Now we're going to go through this page by page because otherwise there really wouldn't be much to say apart from one thing about this chapter. And everyone is talking about this one thing. Now obviously for a lot of people, I feel this chapter the blow was dampened down because we all expected the ending, and really it wasn't really the ending. We kind of found out in the first couple pages what was going to happen this chapter, and I think the blow for me was slightly dampened, but I'm still quite hyped to see that it actually occurred, and for the theory that people have been theorizing for a while now to have actually been 100% true. So the chapter starts with Hawk asking about why he's never seen Estarossa before, while Gauther reminisces about his original sin, kind of. So we see a conversation between OG Gauther and the Taizai Gauther. Let's call him Young Gauther. So we see a conversation between OG Gauther and Young Gauther, where OG Gauther tells the Young Gauther that he's about to drop every last bit of his life energy and magical energy to invoke a forbidden spell. It's called the Forbidden Spell. We're not given a specific title. So with this, it's pretty much confirmed that OG Gauther must have died in order to unleash this spell. Now, what are the spell's properties? It can change the memories of a single person and everyone else's memories and awareness of that single person. So, i.e., this is talking about Mael. So he's changed the memories of one person, Mael, and everyone else's memories of that person, or their awareness of that person, their perception of that person has also been changed in line with the person's memories being changed. So according to OG Gauther, just this would have been enough, and was obviously enough, to force the goddesses to use the Coffin of Eternal Darkness, which was the seal that the demon clan was placed within, and therefore end the Holy War. Now, OG Gauther asks if he can use some of Young Gauther's magic simply because he doesn't have enough, and he apologizes for making Young Gauther bear such a burden. And I was like, oh shit, okay, so this is where we're going this chapter. So we then see the Estarossa Extermination Squad composed of Sariel, Tarmiel, King, Derrieri, and behind them is Gauther with Hawk. And they're all showing the same symptoms of memory loss regarding either Estarossa in Derrieri's case or Mael in Sariel and Tarmiel's case. They can't remember Mael's face. They're like, okay, we can remember Estarossa's face, but why can't we remember the face of Mael, our younger brother? Now, by this point, everyone knew what was going to happen because of, the memory loss and the first couple of pages. And then I was like, yeah, I know where this is going. Everyone knew where it was going, but we continue anyway. So we arrived with the Extermination Squad at the ruins of Heaven's Theatre, where Estarossa has gone full apeshit, almost his entire body covered in demonic darkness, apart from his shoulders upwards, covered in kind of like this Hulk-like darkness. He looks very, very dense, to coin a term. Now, the Estarossa Extermination Squad wastes no time. They attack upon sight. They're like, oh my god, it's Estarossa, and then they start popping shots straight away. I was like, okay, cool, and while all this is going on, Gauther's still lagging a little behind this Extermination Squad. He's talking to Hawk about how the Forbidden Spell could possibly be undone. Something very rare, but obviously it being a forbidden spell, it's not being used very frequently, so we can't really show through scientific evidence that it is a rare occurrence. But apparently it's rare enough. So it turns out that through some accident or unfortunate occurrences, if one person affected by this forbidden spell, so anybody who had memories of Mael prior to his Estarossification, if one person regained their original memories through some sort of accident or something like that, the entire spell would collapse for everyone else, causing everyone to regain their said memories. So the squad continues to wail on Estarossa, with Sariel and Tarmiel becoming more and more distracted because they can't recall Mael's face, and they're becoming more of a hindrance within the fight, actually. Even Derrieri, while she's attacking, and I actually enjoyed seeing Derrieri go in this chapter, but while she's attacking Estarossa, she's there talking to him, saying there was no one within the 10 Commandments named Estarossa. There's no one by his name, there's no one by his face within the 10 Commandments. Where did he come from? So during all this time, King is the only one who's fine. He's a little bit concerned about his team, seeing as they've all been affected by this confusion. And then, obviously, what you'd infer from this is that King has no memories of either Mael or Estarossa, seeing as he didn't know either of them in any moment, in any time. So he's completely unaffected by this whole thing. Now, once again, we see Estarossa blaming Meliodas for everything, but then questioning whether Meliodas is in actual fact his brother. So we then see Elizabeth, who is really where the the major bulk of the chapter, not really the bulk of the chapter, but the most important part of the chapter occurred, was with Elizabeth within Esterosa's darkness, telling Esterosa in her mind that the Meliodas she knows would never betray his younger brother. So she then says that Meliodas always looked after Zeldris, and it's here where she starts to remember. She remembers a conversation with Meliodas where he said he wanted to help save both Zeldris and his lover, or his beloved, Gelda. When Elizabeth notes to him in this memory that he always seems to be worried about his younger brother, he always seems to be worried about Zeldris, Meliodas simply looks at her and says, "Yeah, of course, he's my only younger brother. You know, he's the only one I have." And this build up here was too much because we all knew what was coming. Everyone knew what was coming. He stated there and then, "I only have the one younger brother." So she then, like, seeing this memory again, she then questions once more, who the hell is Esterosa? What's his identity? So going back to the memory where he tells her that everyone questions his strength and everyone questions his character, this is when the memory we've seen before, Esterosa complaining to Elizabeth, you know, our people are always talking about how I can't even hurt a fly, and he feels guilty for basically tarnishing his brother's name, which everyone, well, not everyone, which we're given to assume that it should be Meliodas, but we know better than that now. So he's really guilty or he feels guilty for tarnishing his brother's name with his weakness. And we see Elizabeth pick up that dog that she healed. We saw this chapters and chapters ago as well, only to be told that the dog was named Esterosa by Meliodas. Now I was rolling here because Mael took some major L's this chapter. First he got his girl stolen by Meliodas, and then he was named after a friggin' dog. And the dog's name is the name that he took. So, like, you're named after the dog of your enemy, the guy who took your girl from you. So I was like, oh my god, he's just taken so many L's this chapter alone. So this memory of the dog's name and the dog itself triggers a transformation in Elizabeth's memory, with Esterosa the demon cutting out of existence and being replaced by a goddess, an archangel, possibly not at that time, so a goddess with long hair and 4 wings, Mael. The theory has been confirmed. GG. Well done, the community as a whole. You guys pretty much confirmed this like a while ago, and then I jumped on the bandwagon. I'm not too sure how many chapters ago, but like I was always reading up on it and I wasn't too sure. And then when Evans Wiki kind of said more about Rudusiel's memories being replaced with Meliodas' memories, he got it spot on, guys. I linked that theory in one of my reviews actually, so if you go back through my reviews and you just look at the description, you should be able to see Evans Wiki's very summarized theory on what this basically all of the stuff that occurred this chapter. So credit to him, and yeah, everyone knew what was going to happen, and I'm so happy. So with Sariel, Tarmiel and Derieri all doubled over, old memories flooding back into their minds as the forbidden spell is undone because of Elizabeth's kind of realization, her sudden enlightenment, we see others also regain these memories, like Zeldris, Meliodas in his black ball. We don't actually see Meliodas, we just see the black ball encasing the castle, and I suppose everyone is encased within that black ball, so it wasn't really referring to just Meliodas, but I assume Meliodas has regained his memories as well. But Zeldris, Cusack and Rudusiel as well we see, I think, in Camelot. Finally we see Esterosa regain his memories. His memories in the Demon Clan have suddenly been exchanged for his memories in the Goddess Clan, his original memories. His memories as Meliodas' brother has suddenly been exchanged for memories of being Rudusiel's brother. Now, it's always very, very emphasized that he is Rudusiel's brother and not the brother of the 2 other archangels. So I think Mael might actually be a blood brother or blood-related brother in some way. Might be a biological brother to Rudusiel, because it's always Mael looked up to Rudusiel and never really the other 2 archangels, and he never really mentions the other 2 archangels as his brothers. So I'm not too sure whether all the archangels address each other as either a brother or a sister, if a lady were to assume the title of archangel, or whether Mael is actually the blood brother of Rudusiel. I think that might be more likely. So we have Esterosa or Mael going apeshit. Gauther tells Hawk if things get worse, he will use up his own life to stop Esterosa / Mael, as that is his and the OG Gauther's original responsibility. So as Gauther watches on, with Sariel and Tarmiel both close to emotional collapse this chapter, the darkness around Esterosa breaks apart, with wings emerging from this darkness. His wings are peppered with black, the darkness of the Demon Clan. A very big point to remember. I'm not too sure what his mental state's going to be, where his allegiances are going to lie. But basically the situation is Mael is back, boys. And we don't know what his mental state is. I mean, like, an Archangel is as strong as 2 to 3 commandments, and Esterossa had 3 within him. So technically Mael should be unaffected. But we were also told multiple chapters ago that ever since Esterossa was given his first commandment, that his mind has been deteriorating since then. So obviously it looks like Mael hasn't really been able to hack the commandment, possibly because of its demonic nature. So how do I think this is going to turn out? How do I think this is going to go on from here? So I think this is how it's going to go. The Archangels Sariel and Tarmael will be forced to stand down, not wanting to kill their younger brother. I'm not too sure if, like I said before, I'm not too sure if it's actually younger brother or just younger commandment. I think he might actually be Rudusiel's younger brother, but they don't want to kill him. They don't want to kill Mael for the second time, especially seeing as he has just come back from the dead, and they'd see him as a major asset against the demons. King and Derieri would fight. And maybe Galtha joins in as well, but they're too weak to fight. They're too weak to actually do anything to him, especially because he's an archangel with 3 commandments in his possession. Meanwhile, in Purgatory, the Demon King and Meliodas regain their memories. Either they come up with an agreement of some sort, or while the Demon King is doubled up, Wild and Ban drag Meliodas through the exit. Ban, Meliodas, and Wild pop up back into the real world through Hawk. They see the major shit that's going down, and then it's Ban versus Mael 2.0. So Ban then shows us those dirty gains he's made in Purgatory, defeating the crazed Mael. But the real question here, and the real kind of plot device moving forward, is Mael beyond saving, or has he simply come back just to die again? I mean, like, his mental state, what is it? Is he... We see those kind of salt and pepper wings. He's got the white of the archangels, and he's got the black of the demons on some of his feathers, and you wonder whether that's just going to crumble off next chapter, or whether that he is actually kind of like this hybrid, half demon, half archangel, because of everything that's been done to him. So then the question is, where do his allegiances lie? Does he lie outside of both nations or both clans? Are they both going to just wail on him and try and kill him, or will one of them try and retake him? I wouldn't see an issue with the goddesses obviously trying to reclaim Mael, seeing as he was originally one of theirs and they thought he was dead. He'd done nothing to betray them by himself. It seems like Galtha had somehow made Mael, with his spell, be forgotten and things like that. And then obviously the memories were all placed in everyone's head and stuff like that. So really it just depends on what where Mael is going to be placed. In terms of the story, has he come back just to die again, or will someone try and reclaim him, either the demons or the goddess clan? And I assume it's going to be the goddess clan, but his mental state is a big issue. So let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. Let me know what you guys thought of the huge ass reveal, and let me know what you guys thought of this review. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I think because of this chapter, I'm now in about an hour's time, I'm gonna go onto another Bull's Hat discussion with my boy Grim. So check out his channel as well, Grim Reaper. I'm sure I've linked it in one of my previous reviews. So definitely go check out that. We're going to be discussing everything that went down here. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in a bit.